We've created a generation of narcissistic women, and what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized, so if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be with it, every poor choice is glamorized. And every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman. And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women. If I post a picture online, a bikini picture online, there's nothing my husband can do that could compete with that level of accolade.
Attention.
Impossible.
The compliments,
The
the attention,
compliments,
the messaging, the you're so sexy and beautiful, and all these different things from thousands or potentially
Around
millions
the
of
world,
men
around the world.
who have money and all these things.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can do. He can't post online and get the same reaction. And more so, he can't give me the same level of validation. So what's happened is we've created a setup in society that means men have to compete with a level of validation they can't compete with.
Thank you to the very few women that are intelligent enough to not fall for this feminism crap. Guys, you've just heard it from a woman and not a man. There is nothing like hearing one of them telling the truth about their scam, aka feminism. She is totally exposing the narcissistic characteristics of most modern women. They're always me, and they couldn't care any less about anyone else, especially the men they're in a relationship with.
Money has been used as the measure. Many times, if a black man does not have money to give us, we won't even let him see his children. We won't let him spend any time with it because he does not give us whatever the child support is. And I'm not saying that we don't need money to raise a child, but I try to explain to black women that raising a child consists of much more than feeding, clothing, and sheltering it. That's maintaining one. To raise one, you need a return of the parental coalition of the father and the mother to put the proper values into the child. Many of our boys, when we raise them alone, they grow up with the female emotional mechanism. They are suspicious, they are doubtful, they're disrespectful of womanhood, they're bitchy, they can't make a decision. And many of our girls who grow up in a home where there's no man present, they go out into the world and try to mate. They don't have any idea how to live with a man day to day, how to prepare a proper meal, how to be a mother, how to just be in love in the home. Most of what our people and our children especially have learned about how you have a relationship, they learned off of television.
Is there like do you care? Okay, would you be cool with a guy that makes less money, but he's a hard worker, like he's ambitious?
Yeah.
Okay, so like if he was making like, let's say he just started his own business, but he makes $45,000 a year, would you date him?
You wouldn't be able to afford my engagement ring. I'm getting an 8-carat cushion cut vintage engagement ring. If you make $45,000 a year, it would take you 4 years? No. 8 years to afford.
Wait, how much? I don't know anything about rings. How much is that?
About $200,000.
Man, hell no! Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Girl, you want a $200,000 ring? Are you insane?
My ring has to sparkle from across the street. Like you have to see that shit. It's gonna blind people.
But that's so superficial. That's like so superficial.
But it's about so much more than that. It's about the fact that you can afford that, right? I go to yoga with this girl who has an 8-carat diamond engagement ring.
Yeah.
The weed company and delusionality. So it's about more than just. It's about the fact that you can afford that.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking like. You're gonna miss out on a lot of guys.
The average man in the US makes about $50,000 a year. This woman is average at best, but she has disqualified at least 90% of men just because they don't make enough money for her to even consider dating them. She is deeply deluded, thinking that she'll find a man who would be dumb enough to pay a whopping $200,000 just on an engagement ring. I hope someone will be kind enough to wake her up, because she must be dreaming.
Y'all ain't met no N-word that don't know space until you come to Atlanta. They are so weird out here. I go to Clark, Atlanta. I'm walking from class, right? And this boy just started walking next to me. I don't really notice too much because like I'm on campus. Like, you feel me? You gonna walk past people on a whoop-de-whoop-de, whatever. He start walking past and then he starts staring at me. So I'm staring at him back and we just walking together. So I'm like, hey, like, what's to it? And he just looking at me or whatever.
I think he was staring at you because he was looking at what you got going on up there and your nails, and I think he was trying to compliment you.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I was a feminist when feminism was about equality, giving women an opportunity to find their rightful place, particularly in the public world, which was tremendously important and exciting when we achieved that. But what feminism today, to me, is all about advantaging women at the expense of men. And it's become very much caught up in the demonisation of males. I came across an article I wrote 40 years ago where we just started to notice how badly boys were doing vis-a-vis girls. What was becoming very obvious is there were also a lot of boys falling behind and not achieving their potential. We have really very much feminist ideology infiltrating all our education systems, systematic programs to continue to advantage girls, and no one taking any notice of the fact that boys are falling out in huge numbers.
If only they listened to women like her, the world would be a much better place. But no, modern women are allergic to accountability. It's like kryptonite for them.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
My last relationship, we broke
Oh, this should be good.
up because he asked me to marry him, but then he asked me to sign a prenuptial.
As he should, because, you know, who doesn't want insurance when they're making an investment into something? But let's hear why she might have not wanted to have a prenup in her relationship.
And I said, absolutely not. I think that's bogus. I'm not going to sign a piece of paper that says that if you leave me, I get nothing. Like, no, I think that I should have half of everything that you've worked your entire life for.
And this is why I think having a conversation of should we get a prenup is the ultimate test in any relationship, because it really lets you know if that person is with you for you or they're with you for the assets or the money that you may gain in the future. Because all a prenup says is, hey, whatever we bring into this relationship is what we're going to leave. If we acquire an asset together, we can split it down 50-50 or whatever you decide. But if you have a problem with that, thank you for letting me see this red flag before I make the biggest mistake of my life.
Fellas, listen up. If she's with you for you and truly loves you, she wouldn't care if you decide to get a prenuptial agreement or not, especially in this day and age. If she doesn't respect your decision to get a prenup and threatens to call off the marriage, thank your God and keep it moving, because you've just dodged a bullet. That only means one thing, that she was only there for the bag and not you. It's no longer a secret that most women will try to take more than their fair share of hard-earned wealth in the event of a divorce. A prenup can help protect a man's assets and ensure a fair distribution of property in the event of a divorce.
Fellas, stop being naive, bro. If her friends are confirming that something is going on, there's something going on. I remember I was talking to this girl, bro, and mind you, I was friends with her friend on social media or whatever. So, like, if she ever posted something, I would see it if it was pertaining to, like, whatever, you know what I'm saying, be the case. And I remember particularly, you know what I'm saying, while we was talking or whatever, her friend put up this post, and it was like a post about how, oh, your homegirl sleep at night, how my homegirl inserts her name or whatever, sleep at night, knowing that she's talking to one, she got a whole nother boyfriend. Now, when I seen this, I said, that's very interesting and odd. But me being me, I'm being naive. I'm like, nah, there's no way she would be doing me like that. There's just no way. Boy, was I wrong. I even asked the friend. I said, hey, why'd you post this and tag her in it? She just laughed. She laughed. And then I think she said, like, no reason, blase blah. Bruh. And I was like, I just took it at face value, and I was like, all right, yeah, cool. Like, we're over that. And come to find out, I was fucking wrong. I should have listened to the friends, because I didn't. And it was another one who said something too. And then, like, after, it's always afterwards. That's when they get to really telling you, like, when it's over, and like, bro, I thought you knew. I thought you knew. No, mother, I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me? I would have known then. But yeah, fellas, stop being naive.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying?
Honestly, so incredibly selfish because I have, and the reason you stayed in America, I allowed you to stay with my friends. You and I are done.
Single friends love to keep each other from single, and that's it at the end of the day. You need to look at her friends. You need to look at her circle. Who the f*** is she hanging out with, bro? I'm telling you.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
You know the saying, single women keep women single. It's nothing but facts. If your girl has a bunch of single friends, be cautious, fellas. Her single friends are probably not happy about your girl being in a relationship while they are single. Most likely, they're trying to make her single again. Guy is looking so confident, walking around like a true alpha. Look at the reactions of some of the girls, just priceless. Women just can't resist confident men. Some women would prefer a confident man over an attractive or rich man, and confidence is what you need to deal with most modern women. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.